Hi, so we're getting back into this. So just a few things to note. Let's just get this set up. So we're almost done with this program. There's just a few things we need to do, but then it'll be in pretty good shape. Okay, cool. So just resize this. Now I think if we run this right now, might not work. And what's happened is that my IP address has changed, which periodically happens. So what we do is we go to command prompt and we just go ipconfig, and it tells us our IPv4 address is this one here, which is different to different to the address which is listed here. So we just update that, and we're also going to have to update it on the client side. Okay, so here in the server select, change that. And in the stage here where it connects. But the rest of this should be fine. So run this right now. We've got that. Excellent. That's fine. Okay, good. So we are good to go. Now, if we can type in some text, we can type in some letters, but if we go numpad, then we get these weird brackets. If we go like special characters, then we actually get that, which isn't good. So that's the first thing that we're going to fix. We're going to fix that validation. And then secondly, when we exit, see the server still has a connection. So that's not good either. We're going to fix that too. Now, the easier one of those to fix is the text validation. So we go to the key press here, and what we're going to do is we're going to say, okay, the first thing we want is if we take that key and we're just going to cast that to a string. The reason it works is kind of like, well, it's an inbuilt method of Pygame key name. It's not a string object, it's an inbuilt method which supports concatenation to string. But we're going to take that, we're going to check if that is alphanumeric, that is it a letter or a number? Which admittedly this rules out punctuation marks and things, but I'm sure you can see how we could add that in and be like, you know, or it's in a set of allowed extra characters. That's perfectly fine. But the other thing is alphanumeric will, okay, so if we go shift, right? Well, shift is alphanumeric, tab is alphanumeric, it's all letters. So the other thing we need to do is we say it's alphanumeric and its length is 1. And we're also going to need to cast that to a string. Okay, so in other words, if it's alphanumeric and it's just 1 character. Oh yeah, of course. Easy. Okay, cool. So that is set up. If we run this right now, it should, yeah, like here we can put letters or numbers, but we can't put special characters on numpad or anything like that. Okay, good. Excellent. So the next thing we need to do is we need to check our server. And we need to check if basically we need to check if any of the connections have dropped. So remember above we set this up, we called select, and we had readable, writable, and exceptional. Now exceptional is the set of connections which have generated an exception, which could be caused by, for example, a dropped connection. So we'll go for S in exceptional. Good. Okay. We'll get maybe the client object which dropped its connection. Okay, cool. So then what we do is we run some code to drop the client or something. So let's just test this right now. Okay, so we've got the message that we've connected basically. Now if we exit, it's not working. So the reason for this is that TCP is quite a forgiving connection protocol. If a client drops out, it won't generate that signal immediately. But we want to kind of see our clients drop out in real time. So what we can do instead of this works, this code is good. What we'll do is we'll go up here. If the client, I think it's here. Okay, so we go through readable. We either have ourselves or we have a client connection. We try to receive some data, but if we don't receive data, then we put them on the exceptional list. So we go append them to S. Cool. Okay, good. So I want to make this video economical. So a few other things that we want to do. We want to, so we have this list, inputs and outputs, which tracks all of the connections. So we want to actually remove it from the set of connections so that we're not still looking for data from it. So we'll go inputs, pop. So yeah, basically remove it from the set of inputs if it's there, and just in case, just for completeness, remove it from the set of outputs. And it also is a good idea to close the connection. Okay, so again, we'll run this right now. And we are connected. We'll put in a name. Got a message. Good. Okay, now if we close this right now, lost connection with ASD, but the server is still running. But we got a problem. And the problem is ASD is still on the list of clients. So that's fine. We can do that. We can deal with this. So what we need to do is just go to the client list, and we're going to add a function to drop a client. Okay, so if we look before, I was using client as the temporary variable. So instead we'll go make a temporary variable literally called temp. Start it at the front of the list. So the first case to handle is if we have a completely empty list. In other words, the head is none. Well, just return. And I guess just for completeness, let's say for instance we tried get by connection and then tried to drop that client, but the connection wasn't on the list. So get by connection returned none, and then because that was passed directly into drop, there are some cases where we might have none passed in here for some reason. Okay, good. So what we can do is we can go okay, so the first case is the head of the list is the client, in which case what we do is we set the reference to the head to the next thing in the list, effectively skipping out the client. And then because Python is garbage collected, the client object will be automatically deleted, removed. So that's good. But then if that happens, then of course we return, we are done. And if that doesn't happen, then we want to just keep looping through the rest of the items. So we say while temporary, in other words, while temp is not none, if the next thing after temp matches the client, then skip over it. So say temp next, then return. We're done. Okay, then we'll step the loop through. So we'll say temp is its next object. Okay, cool. So that should pretty much be it as far as I can see. Double guess myself. No, that's good. Okay, put in a name. Good, so we've got a client. And then when the client exits, oh, what am I thinking? Yeah, the function works, the function's good, but we need to call the function. It's been a long day. Okay, so we close the connection, and then we go self client list drop client. Okay, we send messages. Awesome. And if we had heaps of clients connected, they would all get that message. And then we close, and the server's still running. We can reconnect. Oh, typing in the IP. Good. And we can reconnect with another name, and we can have a bunch of clients. And yeah, this is a basic kind of chat program. So there we have it. Some things we can do with this. We can set things up to display a list of the clients which are currently connected. We can, I don't know, put little emojis on them. We can set it up so that clients can kick other clients, I guess, or just possibilities are endless. But the basic system is here. Oh, another good thing we could do is we could port this over to an actual online server and then just have heaps of people talking. That sounds like fun. But yeah, so that will be it for the chat program. I'll leave this in your hands if you want to extend this. And yeah, all the best. See you in the next one. Bye.